Hey guys, what is up? It's Datchia back again for another video, and today we are going to be playing Carl is Famous again. This is the 7th one, I think. Yeah, it's the 7th. Yeah. So, yeah. And last time, I believe I floated through a wall, and then I found an... Did I? I floated through a wall. I found an artifact and I travelled back in time, didn't I? I'm trying to think, did I do that? Did I? I think so. I think I remember that. Did I remember that? My cat is staring into my soul right now. And now he stopped. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to see what that artifact actually does now. Because... who knows what it does? And you should subscribe because right now my cat is sitting on my lap because he kept on meowing and I could not stop him. So, yeah. Say hello to the viewers, Pablo. No, now you're going to keep silent? Really? Really? Okay then. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay. So, first of all, we will wither away, yeah, we get it, blah, 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 blah. And then we're gonna check next door. Float through as a ghost. Couldn't we just smash open the door? Okay, so, yeah, because last time we checked the sewing machine. No, we didn't use the supernatural artifact. We used the button to go back in time, didn't we? I'm getting this really confused because I remember saying supernatural artifact before because I checked out the sewing machine. So yeah, let's see what the supernatural artifact does. Oh. Let us smash the artifact. Carl begins pounding the mysterious artifact with both fists. Within a few hours it becomes dust. Oh no. An ancient force trapped in the artifact is released and turned Carl into a lizard demon. Carl was already strong enough before. He literally just beat down an ancient artifact into dust. You're going to turn him into a lizard demon now? This is going to be an interesting thumbnail. That's all I have to say. Carl had found himself in a room. He stashed the various items sent him by fans. Carl hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. But he didn't cease to be a lizard demon. Yeah, that's what it is. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Carl approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Rachel's smile turned into horror as she realised she was looking at not a human, but a lizard demon. And then he began to take control of the government. There, story ended. Why? You make me read the big words. I hate you. But you kind of what get my views in, so I dislike you a lot. Pandemonium ensued. Scripts went flying, crew members ran in all different directions, lights were knocked over. I'm sure he's a nice guy, even if he's a lizard demon. As Carl watched the chaos around him, his lizard demon enveloped his last shred of humanity. Carl grew to a massive size within several minutes. That is very specific. He had demolished the now empty set. A local force of 5 spunky teenagers in bright covered apparel arrived to the scene to fight Carl. So we don't get to fight Bug Girl? Ah, gutted. As the teenagers swung him with their spunky individualized weapons, Carl pushed them over with his foot. Carl's rampage of his studio ruins continued. But in another part of the city, a hero was rising. In a dusty apartment on the top floor of an old skyscraper in the oldest part of the town sat a large man named Frank. Few people in the world knew that Frank existed. Fewer knew his name. Frank was watching the local news about a story about a studio rampage was playing. Quickly, Frank got from his chair. He opened a small door hidden behind his poster on his wall. Inside was an unbelievable mound of fat-ridden foods, unrefrigerated and fairly rotten. Frank began to consume the mould at a frightening rate before his body began to puff. Frank expanded, faster and faster. Within each minute, he burst through the roof. Within minutes, Frank was towering the heath. Okay, editor Datchia, you better add in the music or I swear down, I will find you and I will kill you. Approaching Carl, Frank gave a long, painful heave upwards into the sky. To Carl, the sky turned black. He looked upwards to see the monstrous figure hurtling towards him. And in a moment, Carl was completely enveloped in rubbery fat, unable to move or make a noise. Frank was quite tired and passed out where he lay. Several years went by as Frank slumbered. As Carl was held in Frank's warm, fatty embrace, his humanity began to return. When the first winter came, Frank's body recycled his fat resources. Over many months, shrank in size. Eventually, Carl was human. Frank was thinned. They both walked away from the scene's union. Neither realised how much time had passed. Carl prepared by being a lizard. So yeah, let's see what that lands us. Lizard. We skipped the blue box. Guys, we just skipped it. Okay then. Next episode. Let's get into it. Carl wakes up, he is famous, blah blah blah. Let's just wither away for the sake of it. Like, who doesn't want to become a ghost? If there was a time that I did not want to become a ghost, it would be never, because I always want to be a ghost. If I skip that, basically, this is what happened. We just ate food and put on a suit. That's it. It's really nothing that exciting. Carl hurried to the set. Per normal, he sees... Oh yeah, and we were a ghost. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Carl approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening, Carl," she said. "I've been looking forward to being here." Answered politely. "And I as well, Rachel. You're a most welcome guest." After the mild exchange of pleasantries, Carl and Rachel were prompted to take their places before the broadcast. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Oh, I think I muted it. Have I muted it? I do not know. Did that mean they was muted before or not? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Carl. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction, and let's become Rachel May. However, Rachel May is not sitting next to me. Q gasps. She is not new to this show. She did not walk in before me. In fact, I am Rachel May. Rachel looked at Carl, confused. She silently mouthed the words, "You are who?" Carl stood up quickly and threw his arms in high above him, pointing upwards. "I have never been Carl. I have never been the host of the show Stay Up Late with Carl. I am here for but one only reason, to interview myself." Carl sat down in the chair and went to produce the notes he had taken earlier. It was then that Carl remembered he had not bothered to prepare any notes for the interview. Nope. Oh. I forgot that was something he had to do. Realising he did not know how to handle this situation, Carl began sweating profusely, but he continued. Don't you guys just hate it when you have to interview yourself on a broadcast and then you forgot what you were going to ask yourself, but you don't know which one of you looks like more of the idiot here? Yep, it happens to me on a daily basis. Firstly, is your name Kyle? No! Then he stopped talking. A thick, uncomfortable silence hung over the studio. The silence did not end. The cameras continued to roll. Nobody moved or spoke. Eventually, Rachel got out of the chair and walked off screen. One by one, the members of the crew followed suit. Eventually, Carl was left alone in the studio, cameras still running, silently sitting in frame. The episode of Stay Up Late with Carl began the longest episode in television history. Carl continued to sit in front of the camera all night and until the morning, wishing it would end. Just turn off the camera! Is Carl this stupid? I don't know. Eventually, as evening fell again, the crew shuffled back into one by one, getting in their places to film the day's episode. Carl continued to sit motionless, cameras rolling as the crew chatted about their days and got into position. Eventually, the crew officially started the next episode. Carl was prompted to introduce himself again. Carl had produced an incredibly artistic episode. Carl was artistic. That was great. What? So that left us here. He made art. Truly the most artistic episode in all of television history. Okay guys, we're going to do one last ending for today and then that's going to be it for this episode. And the next episode after that is going to be the final episode, which I'm excited about because I can finally find out what on earth this blue box is. I'm not sure if you're meant to get that last, or if I'm going to get that last, or if I'm going to get it the first time this episode. Maybe I'm going to get it now. Maybe that's going to be the thing. But I'm aiming to get Lizard Demon ending 2, which I have a theory that it's going to be what we use to take it to the studio. We're going to take the artifact thing to the studio and get the ending, and get the Lizard Demon ending part 2. But yeah, I'm not sure. Here's my other theory. I think you have to complete all of these to be able to complete the blue one. But I don't know. So, yeah, it's going to be very hard to film the next episode after this. But yeah, so let's get into it. Go inside. Supernatural artifact. Grab artifact. Yeah, we smashed it before, didn't we? Carl stashes the mysterious artifact to use for later use. And back to hallway. Return to bedroom. Does my character really need to get dressed all the time? I mean, that sounds really wrong. But like, if he's a ghost, can't we just stay as a ghost? Shouldn't that be an option? I want that to be an option. If that's what we're going to be able to. Yeah, because you can just throw the artifact. As Carl approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Throw the artifact at her. As she approached to shake his hand, Carl produced the supernatural artifact and winged it at Rachel's face. Within moments of the artifact colliding with her head, Rachel started to turn into a lizard demon. Yay! Rachel began to cause destruction, tipping over lights and causing crew members to scatter. Carl realised that he had caught the disaster he had caused and decided it was up to him to tame the monster. Throw crew members at monster. Is Carl like freakishly strong now? Carl just started to grab nearby crew members and hurled them up at Rachel. The crew members rebounded off of Rachel's on all sides and causing little to no damage to her or themselves. In a lizard demon rage, Rachel rushed at Carl and drove him into the opposite wall face first. Oh no. She began to pound Carl's face into the wall repeatedly, littering it with head-sized holes. Oh, I thought she meant she littered his face with head-sized holes then. Because that would have been some giant... he would have had his whole head taken off for just one head-sized hole. I'm waffling, don't worry. Carl, having been in the situation before, felt he knew exactly what to do. Balling his fists, Carl began to punch himself into the stomach repeatedly, causing loud gurgles and pops. Carl's strategy did not help. He continued to be mashed into the wall. A period of time, the artifact lodged in Rachel's face soon came loose and fell to the floor. Rachel immediately turned into her normal self. The studio, now in shambles, flicked to life. The broadcast had started automatically. Carl, unable to move properly, became aware that the eyes of many were upon him. Carl tried to address the audience, but instead spewed up a mixture of breakfast, film, and chunks of wall. Carl's spewing video became a hot meme. Wow. Online personalities used it to express distaste about social issues, and teenagers sent it to each other about homework amounts. Rachel's broadcast was rescheduled for the following week. Fans complained about not being able to see Rachel's face as she wore protective headgear the entire time. Return to main menu. Endings. Lizard Demon 2! Yes! Okay, so we got these three to prepare for the next the next three interviews that are apparently recycled this day again and 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 again. Yeah, you get the point. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Please go leave a like on this video if you liked it. Please do subscribe because I kind of want subscribers. That's it. And yeah, check out my other videos. Check out my video before this. Check out my video after this. It will be published soon because I don't know what else I was going to be doing, to be honest. I mean, I'm still in quarantine, so I guess I can't really do anything else other than videos. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.